That's your little dog?
You can do it, Wonder Wheel. I don't want to go through life being a Wonder Wheel murderer.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Collectable Past with. Now we got a bunch of guineas. I was going to say 3 guineas, but now with that, now there's more. We have a lot more here, and we got Jewish people, and we got I don't know.
This is getting out of control. There are more than one of them.
Right?
Now there are 2 of them.
There are so many. No, I want to say, hello to everyone out there. Superfan Adam Shawhan first one in tonight. Papa Cotton, hey, you doing? Samba Gogo, Lion Ratton. Trina, who's also on panel, King of Squibs. Trina, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. Nice to be here. Looking forward to a great stream with you guys.
Nice. Looking forward to it as well. Tommy, the co-host or the hostess with the mostest and all that. He's not a girl. He's a guy. Tommy, how you doing?
A lot better than Rorschach's Cage, apparently.
I know. He took a nasty spell, but glad that you're here. He crawled his way to the computer to hop on. He was like, I'm not missing this toy stream. And it's
that's why it's in the title, Collector's Passion.
That's true, brother. It's true. We also got Etep in the house. How you doing, man?
I am doing excellent, man. It's good to be here. I haven't been on in a while, and I if you listen, you'll hear the quiet sounds of nothing in my house. Which is because it's just me and the animals here, and I don't mean the wife and kid. So no, it's good to have a Thursday night off, as it were, and be able to hang out because I have some cool stuff to show off.
Awesome, yeah, you do. You got some cool Harris stuff. And
Harris, Trina.
Horror.
There we are.
With a little more passion.
Some horror stuff.
And my ears just tingled.
And we also have Monotony in the house. How you doing, Tony?
I'm great. How's everyone doing? And I don't know how long I can stay tonight, but I wanted to at least stop in for a little bit, hang out with the guineas, because I'm coding a game of Tetris right now, trying to get that all together.
Excellent, man. Well, we're happy to have you here, man. Anytime we get to spend together is always a good time.
Oh yes,
it's a family over here. Hey, forget about it.
Family.
Hey, so did Vin Diesel get into his own little submarine, or in this case a Dodge Charger, and head down to the bottom of the ocean with a scuba mask and be like, and just take off and try to save the submarine? Oh wait, it's too late. Never mind.
He was all, I am Groot. No. Yeah, I don't know, man. That whole situation is crazy. But we could talk more about that tomorrow. I should still be doing a stream tomorrow. We'll see. I've been in the middle of the stuff. I've been diving through boxes and going through these figures and stuff. I found an old one that I'm going to be showing off tonight. But anybody else want to go first, or am I pulling the trigger on this?
I will kick this pig off. Because why not have a pig kick it off? So I want to talk about this one figure. I talk about the lot of the things that NECA has been doing right with a lot of these different toy lines that they've been, putting figures out for lately. And one of the last ones I picked up is going to be the one I'm showing off right now. I put the video up the other day. I was pretty impressed with this figure, even though the damn thing is an older mold. So let's go ahead and get into this. Some of you guys may have seen this one on my channel. Maybe some of you didn't, but here we go.
Guys, what's going on? And welcome back. We got a weird setup here, so unfortunately there's no pig hanging out with us this time. But from NECA, celebrating 40 years, we've got Iron Maiden, we've got Eddie from Peace of Mind. This one looks really cool. I remember seeing this one a number of years ago, and they just recently re-released it. Go right out of the package. Here we have Eddie. Of course, you notice that there are some soft goods in here. The arms, there are arm joints in there. They just don't have hands in there. Of course, we got the chains on there as well. See how much head movement? There is some head movement. It's a little bit limited, of course, by this collar, but there is some articulation there. Of course, like I said, the arms, since they are in there, you do have a small amount of articulation for as far as his straight jacket will allow him to lift his arms up. Down here in the legs, we got thighs. They kick up pretty far, not too bad. They go back a decent amount. Of course, we got the knee joint as well. Got a bit of a pivot down here at the foot. No rockers though. That kind of blows just a little bit, but hopefully there's enough movement in the thighs to get him where he wants to go. I will say that this one foot, it seems like it's on too much of an angle as opposed to the other one. This one should have been in a little bit more like that. I might just take a heat gun and just heat this leg up to bend it in properly and make it be where it should be. But let's go ahead and get him in an action pose. So here we go with Eddie in a bit of a pose, trying to reenact the cover art right there. It's not horrible. So I already mentioned the cloth goods that are on this. So, of course, you got the jeans. They feel very denim-like. The straight jacket does feel like a nice cloth material, you know, maybe similar to a straight jacket. Not exactly. The chains are actually metal. That is pretty cool. The back of his straight jacket, they actually have this, like, pleather-like material and little tiny, they feel metal bucklers holding it together.
That's pretty
cool.
Really nice figure, I think. I mean, you know, the downside, of course, is this is their 2015 mold. It says so right on the bottom of the feet. When I did the full review, I tried to make note of that. Unfortunately, the camera wouldn't focus in that tiny of an area on this foot to actually see the 2015, but it is a reuse of the 2015 mold.
Damn.
Do you mind me spilling the beans about the guinea pigs?
Go for it.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, look. The Guinea Pig Collective had some documents that they shouldn't have brought home with them, and you know it was shredded as their bedding, and the FBI raided them earlier, and you know just we're setting up a GoFundMe for
the FBI raided Marpigo.
Yes.
Impossible.
Yes.
I am in charge of it all. 99999. I was watching Inglourious Bastards earlier. One thing I wanted to mention about the NECA series, and I did see this figure out in the stores. So they got the Aces High version. Actually was looking at this one in the store. It looks really nice. I mean, I would say that this one actually might even look better than the Peace of Mind one. So, of course, you know, like all the details they have with the boxes. I mean, a really nice looking figure overall. As far as other ones that I'm waiting to see if they come back out with, I'm waiting to see if they come back out with the Trooper again. This is the one that I am waiting for. I really want to see this figure again. I seen it a number of years ago. Did not have money to pull the trigger on it, but this figure looks absolutely amazing. Yeah. Such a beautiful looking figure.
Yeah, when I was at...
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say when I was at McFarlane, this is the one that I redid for them as well. I redesigned the whole thing. I kept the pose from the album cover, or added a little bit more with the base and bodies and stuff. I had to do the turnarounds for it. I don't know if it ever got released though, to be honest. I think
I did. Like I said, I do remember seeing this one from NECA at least.
Yeah,
and it's exact same mold again, no doubt. If they put it out, I'm assuming they will, since everything's the 40th. One of the other ones I'm looking forward to see if they do the Power Slave one again. So you know, there's the Trooper again, but there's the Power Slave.
Yeah. Oh, they did release it. They did.
They have a version of me.
Now, I want to get into the ugly with NECA, and this one is actually from all I've seen about it. It looks like it's an Amazon exclusive. And from first glance, it doesn't look horrible. You got Eddie, Number of the Beast with the devil, and it's got a separate devil's head and everything like that. I mean, but if you're looking closely at his teeth, he looks like he's got one of those Detroit metal grills on or something, like rabbit teeth or something. His eyes are all kinds of like misspaced. He almost looks like he's got Down syndrome, like somebody Draven would be going out with. There's a few misses on this one. I don't get it. Like all the extras that they give you with the little bases with the fire and everything, don't get me wrong, all that's cool. But look at that face. You can't even tell me he doesn't even look like I like tots. I like French fried taters. That's what he looks like he should be saying in this thing. And here's the worst of it. He's got articulation. You can see he's got movement in the wrist. He's got it in the elbow, and he's got it up in the shoulder. He's got no articulation in the legs, so he's always got this hunched over look to him, no matter how you pose him. So he's got movement in the head and just a little bit in the arm. So it's almost like one of those old McFarlane type statues.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it seems like he's meant to be in that pose where he's he's got the little devil under him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Funko actually put out an awesome version of this. It actually did come out good. And you've got Eddie with he's like his hand is over the little devil guy. And it looks really cool. And you know that's what the album cover looks like. But yeah, Funko did a good job doing this. And I agree. This face looks kind of, I don't know.
Yeah,
I kind of want to get it anyway, though.
It's all.
It looks like he's going to be taking a dump.
Yeah.
With that pose like that, without that.
or someone's gonna put a hand on his hair and yank and take him.
It's a spiteful toddler shitting in the living room.
See, I don't understand how you go like with this after you've done something like this or something like this. How do you go? How do you go to that? Like I mean,
that's bad art directions. What that is. Here is the here's the one that I designed. But they took the body out. I had a body that was in between his legs and like a puddle of blood, and they didn't want that, so we removed it. But yeah, this is the that's the proper one, and it's in the clamshell thing too. This is old school. We're talking like freaking 20-something years ago. But yeah, so if you could find them, I know they're expensive. They're like maybe $75 to $100 if you could find them now. And this one, I did the paints on this guy.
Oh, the Killers album.
Yep, I did the full paints on the 2-up for this guy, and I was pretty cool. It was one of the first jobs that I did there. I was starting to do the design stuff, and they had me between that and the paint department, and I ended up taking over the design department. And you know, everyone knows I was the lead designer over there. But yeah, and I would bounce back and forth between the different different areas in there from the different departments and kind of relay what we were going for on everything. But yeah.
So the one figure I don't remember ever recall seeing anywhere other than like the little reaction figures. I don't remember ever seeing a live after death one.
I don't know if they did that.
Now, see, that would be one I would like to see, like that and like Stranger in a Strange Land. Like that's another one I know for sure they did in reaction, but I could have swore NECA did the Stranger in a Strange Land.
They might have. It's definitely possible. Because usually when Randy does it, when they get the licenses, they try to hit everything that they possibly could. They try to milk it for all it's worth, and yeah. But crazy stuff.
Hey, what's going on, Slasher?
What's up, buddy?
What's going on, Time Prophet? What's going on, Soul Assassin? Soul Assassin in the house as well. What up?
Thank you all for popping in.
I know somebody did do Vic from Megadeth. I know Reaction did. I don't know if NECA ever did a full size though.
I don't know. I'll Google it, see if you can find it.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that before, that you met Bruce Dickinson.
That's awesome. pretty damn sweet. But yeah, I'll show well, a blast from the past. This was interesting. It's sort of like it's a reissue as well. This was the Mandarin Spawn figure. This is the one that I filmed today. I'll have it officially up for everybody tomorrow. But yeah, this thing was pretty cool. This was originally more of a statue, but I'll talk about it while it plays. Because yeah, the first figure, I think he came out late 90s, and he was more of a statue. He had a giant shield, barely any articulation, and yeah, recently, I want to say maybe 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, they re-released this guy, and they put all this articulation in him. But I think they took the original figure, the original 2-up, and they sliced it up, and they put all the proper articulation in. They threw a little bit more detail on him as well. But this guy was pretty awesome. He does have some major shortcomings, and I'll show you in a second. But I shake this thing. His body is so loose, it's ridiculous. But he can hold a pose, which I'm kind of, I don't know, I was surprised by. Because usually when they're kind of just like dangling, and yeah, they usually just topple over, but not too bad.
I'm sure if you put the weapons over its head or something, it'd probably fall over that.
Yeah, most likely. Well, on the turn base, I had to put one of those crappy McFarlane stands on his foot. But yeah, look at this. He's just all janky.
That's
shit.
bad.
Right? I'm like, what the hell? But he can hold a pose. I'm like, it's kind of strange. So, but yeah, and again, that's another sign that they took an older figure and they chopped it up and they put articulation in it. They threw a couple of new weapons. Like these details are fantastic. I don't remember this weapon being in the original. He did have like a double bladed weapon. Remember like Ninja Scroll, the big rock guy, the weapon that he had? Anybody? Anybody?
No,
all right.
No.
Anyway, it's giant blades, equal size. And just the handle in the middle.
A little bit of warping to the weapon there, huh?
Oh yeah, that too. That's another classic McFarlane mess up. But I wasn't gonna use the heat gun on this because I'm like, no need to take it out. This thing was ready to be put away as soon as I got to it. But still, like the details are great. The backside, he looks kind of plain compared to the front, but that was the problem with the main figure as well, the original one. Like, if you're gonna re-release them and you're gonna do all this articulation, why don't you give them a little extra on the backside as well? Because I love
it seems like a lot of those companies kind of skip out on that shit. I mean, here you got a golden opportunity when you're re-releasing this, really make it special, really make people want to recollect it. Even people that already have this in their collection, they want to see an updated version. Why not put extra in there?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. Time profit. I used blue tack when I was working there. When we had to kind of set them up for like how the packaging was going to be, how the figures were going to lay in the box, and how their weapons were, and we just used blue tack to kind of pin everything down, and then we take like an aerial shot of it, and then we shoot that over to China. That was what it was. I don't know. It seemed kind of
shipped it over to China.
China. But, yeah, I mean, that's how it was. I mean, articulation-wise, it is pretty nice, but again, you could tell this was like earlier, well, more of the modern McFarlane shit, like what they've done the past, 5-6 years. Because he's got like these weird ball joints for the elbows, the big ugly ones in the wrist. The torso's fantastic. You get great range, pivot side to side. Legs, not so much. Can't really do any full splits with this guy. Some on the top. He does have double knee. And he's got a massive one, a massive hinge in the foot, but it's too tight. You cannot move that thing. And it goes all the way up. So I don't understand how they designed that. But it does have swivel. That big kind of boot foot thing, it does swivel. So if you want him to have like a wider stance, you can get the feet flat on the floor. So that was pretty cool. That's how he scales with Marvel Legends figures. So yeah, this guy, he's roughly 7.5 inches. want to say, maybe 8 because of the the spiky shoulder and all that. But still a very nice figure, and he's kind of squatted down a little bit there. But again, he looks fantastic on a shelf. He definitely has presence. The gold paint they use is really nice. I think the original figure though had more paint applications. This one they went a little more limited, but again, it's kind of more of a modern re-release and a bit of messing with the engineering a bit, because the original guy, he was just like in a stoic kind of pose, and even his waist had like a weird kind of like slant to it, so he had like kind of like a slight slouching kind of posture, but like give him attitude because the way like the pose was. And like his left arm was it was bent like 90 degrees. You could just kind of pivot it in and out. But they did it like that because he had, again, a massive shield that went like from the floor to like past his head. And that thing looked really cool. Now this guy, the more modern one, they did a couple of variations of this guy. There's one that has like blue and teal and white kind of paint schemes. And then they had one that was like, I think a GameStop exclusive, where he comes with the giant double-bladed weapon and a shield, but they did change. It's not the original shield that the first guy had. And this figure must have been re-released from the original time. I want to say maybe 8 to 10 times. That's how much they got out of the molds on these guys, which it's absolutely insane. They did a 12-inch version. They did like a part 2 to this figure as well, where it was a totally different sculpt and he was beefier, but the fixed pose he was in was ridiculous because he just kept toppling over. You could not get that figure to stand up because he went in such a wide stance. But yeah, so there's a little bit of history on this figure. But again, I think it's cool. You could get him into some great poses. Sculpt work is definitely there. And yeah, it's interesting. It's a lot different than a lot of his other figures. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this
time
one.
Prophet, that was a long time ago. The only figures I think it might be still using bands is maybe the Mattel Masters of the Universe Origin figures. Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Well, because they're supposed to be like more like the original ones. They might be still using an elastic band unless they figured out a different way to redo the molds to change it to something better. It's like, I don't know. I've never tried to take one apart yet and take a look.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, if something breaks on that, I'm sure you'll dissect it and figure out how it ticks.
Certainly.
That's usually how we do it. Oh, dude, how you doing, Matt? We got Planet Tobor TV in the house. And he gave me an awesome super chat on one of my last streams. So we're on the toy one right now, but later, remind me, we'll give you some awesome bumpers. We could play a couple now. Tommy's got some good ones anyway.
Shitter was full.
I love that.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
But yeah, so yeah, I hope you guys did dig this figure. I thought they did a great job. A little bit of a wash would have been great. It would have really made the details pop even more on this, at least on his weapon. Maybe some blood splatter, but we know modern McFarlane, he's extra lefty, so they kind of stay away from those kind of things, which sucks. But it is what it is. So yeah, that was the big figure I did for this week. Yeah.
Nice. E-Tip.
Yes, sir.
Didn't you say you had something you wanted to show off to all the people?
I do. Sunday was Father's Day, so the wife got me some gifts in the form of a one of those mystery horror boxes. So one of the things that was in there was this little beauty right here, which is a little bust of Leatherface, which sits quite. I have to paint this cool guy, but he sits quite well next to Lori Lightfoot. I mean Beetlejuice. But yeah, this is him. It's got some really nice, and it's quite weighty. Like I feel like I could probably I don't think I could knock somebody out with it, but I could probably put a dent in their forehead.
So you're saying it can't be a weapon and clue, but
maybe. And like I said, they were nice enough to frame a family portrait of us. and send that along.
I love
let's
that.
See what else?
That is so good.
It's great. Okay, so let's get into the rest of the box here. So we have this, which I've shown you guys off air, but this is an original art print of Pinhead, which is really freaking cool. This is getting framed and hung up in the den.
Hell yeah.
And it's extra cool because my entire from shoulder to elbow is going to be Pinhead, holding the lament configuration here.
Sweet.
Courtesy of my amazing tattoo artist, Nelson the Psychopath, a.k.a. Neil Hersig. You can check him out on Twitter and Facebook. He does amazing work. And sticking with the theme of Child's Play, I got a bumper sticker from the VHS release.
So good.
Of Child's Play 2, which is really cool. That's going up on the door over there. I've got and speaking of which, they sent me a bunch of little horror sticker. Oh shit, there goes a Jason. But yeah, you got little Jason, and I mean it's just a bunch of cool little things. Some Michael Myers and more Jason, and which I mean you can never have enough Jason Voorhees. Let's be honest here. Let's see. Man. So there's that. There's the one that fell. That one's actually really cool.
Yeah, I dig that.
But they
I thought the one was actually cool that you had in the front. It was done like a Garbage Pail Kid.
Oh, this right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is wicked.
Yeah. And they did send a bag with some candy in it and a really cool Friday the 13th patch, which I'll put that on. I'll find a place to put that. It's really cool. And let's see here. Oh, okay. So this one is a little bit bigger. Fold this out here. Hang on a second. I want to make sure I've got it up right. I am a Nightmare on Elm Street fan as well, so getting this
that is badass.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna hang on the wall in the den as well. Which my den, I might paint it tomorrow. Is gonna be scarlet and gray, the Ohio State Buckeyes colors, but it's gonna have nothing but Scarface, Friday the 13th, and other horror stuff up on the walls. So. That's and the wife is fine with that. Let's see, and here's let's see. I think this is the last thing that was in there, and this is super cool. You're talking about NECA. They sent me a NECA ghost face.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, which is really freaking cool.
I have that one.
Yeah, so good.
And let me turn my hooker lights off here. There, so there won't be as much glare on the packaging. Only from my
you're
second
just letting
monitor
people know
now.
by putting that red light on that you're open for business. We know.
As my grandfather used to say, the red light, that's the kurva, which is hooker. But yeah, that's what we got there in the Hara box. And I do have something else that you can see. There's a slew of boxes back there, the Ghostbusters firehouse and whatnot. So I'll just back here.
That firehouse is awesome.
We'll grab this right here because I just bought this a couple weeks ago, which it is a vintage Dagobah Empire Strikes Back playset.
Nice.
Original box. The box is like toast.
Geeks and Gamers just walked by.
Wait. I am not a grifter. I did not have sex with Ryan. I mean... Look, man, it's Pride Month and all. I got no problem with what you guys do. But this is all in the original factory packaging. All the parts. I haven't assembled it yet, but we'll as the kids say, we'll whip it out. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah. Okay.
I'll tell you what. Even though the box damaged, though, I mean, there's so many collectors out there. Even just to get the original box, they salivate over it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. The old catalogs. I still have a couple of mine too.
Yeah. Those are awesome.
Wow.
Dude, I have. Hang on a second. Let me turn the camera, which is nice. I can do this here. There's in that the poster up there. Mm-hmm. With the original trilogy things, there's a couple of the Empire Strikes Back ones with the Hoth scene on them.
Nice.
Those little books. And there's a... now my camera's there. There we go. Yeah, you can see my unfinished ceiling in here because I ain't fucking drywall and shit. I just I did like that. Oh shit, the parts fell out of there. I did like that one chick did with the Gorilla Glue, and I used Gorilla Tape. But yeah, here's the little boxes, Luke's gear.
Sweet.
The original instructions are still.
What did this set you back?
$100. $100 for this one.
Nah, that's not horrible.
That's pretty good.
Oh shit! Here's some of the parts right here. My buddy Jared, he's the one that runs Super Shogun Pro Wrestling. Yeah, here's some of the little parts. These just fell. The one bag just worked itself open, but there's little stands. I'm trying to make sure I don't have anything else in the box here, so I can put these back in the bag and we can get the main event out. But he called me up because there's a guy in this where his storefront is for the wrestling company, and he's got a smash room and photography studio, and they're running once a month TV tapings. There's a toy store and comic shop down the way from him, and he called me up and said, "Hey, he's got a Dagobah thing. You want me to tell him to hold it?" Yeah. Speaking of comics, like I said, I picked up some when I was there too.
Yeah, that's some cool stuff.
But yeah, here's the play set right here, and the really cool thing about this is, on these when you get them these days, this is usually gone. Mm-hmm. The only damage is right here. There's a tiny little rip, but outside of that, this is absolutely perfect. And wow. I just wiped it. I took a Clorox wipe and just wiped it. It was dusty, so.
Yeah. I think the mud pit so wasn't cool. That originally a rubber.
I think so.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was always that foam.
Yeah, they don't normally last.
Because you know what the problem with those things, even like the rubber and the rubbery foam type material, is usually when people store these damn things, they store them in an attic or a basement, and they heat up. Mm-hmm. And once they heat up, they actually melt the surrounding plastic. Because there's something that they put in the rubber and in the foam stuff back then, it actually would melt plastic. Like the rubber shit would be fine, the plastic would be toast.
Yeah, I can't stand it when some of these companies they use a type of plastic that does that. So over time, like there'll be a figure who like the legs will get sticky on it or something because they want it to sort of mimic a little bit of like either leather or something like that. And they'll use this weird cheap plastic that does that shit.
Isn't it like some kind of latex or silicone that does that?
It's some kind of a mix. Because it is still plastic, it is solid, but it almost like it leaches out.
There we go. There's the only thing with these, because I had to replace the doors. The door pins were broke. The guy that 3D printed them didn't print the brace behind the one to hold it shut because there's only a stop on one side of the floor. So the doors won't permanently close, but it's the one does. So
I mean, it's great, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's and that's the only graphic I had to replace. Was the sign, and the rest of them in here are all the original graphics and stickers and such.
Nice.
Trey must have had a blast with this thing.
Oh, he hasn't. Yeah, he's not allowed to play with it until his birthday. He knows it's here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he doesn't know what else is in the box though.
I'm actually kind of surprised when they were doing re-releases, all that stuff. They didn't do the Firehouse too. I mean, I know they did the car. They did Ecto 1. They did a bunch of the Goes, but
which we have. I bought him Ecto 1. But yeah, I just speaking of which, Big Bad Toy Store.
There you go.
We got Stay Puffed.
Nice.
Cool.
We got Winston.
Hell yeah.
Let's see, and then we got oh shit, don't fall. We got Venkman, and here are Ray and Egon, and then Jeff Hicks picked up a couple more of the ghosts for me from Ollie's. And he's sending them.
I showed them off. I think it was last week. They had the toilet monster, and then they had that bug eye one, and they were like dirt cheap. They were like $3.99 a piece. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pick them up.
I used to have those, but when I sold the other, because I had all this stuff originally except the Firehouse, and I sold it to buy more Star Wars stuff when I started collecting again. You know, about 8 years ago now. And I was like, and Trey loves Ghostbusters, so I just ordered him. I I ordered him the Ghostbusters poster. I got him the original logo T-shirt. I got a copy of Vigo, the Carpathian, a small print of that for my den coming.
So cool. That painting was
so
fantastic.
it really was. So that's kind of what I got to show off right now. So
that's good stuff.
Thanks,
awesome.
man.
Hell yeah.
Does anybody else have anything?
No, I didn't get a chance to film more.
Nope, not at the
I've
moment.
got it typed to Shawn Michaels.
He's missing a foot, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
yes,
shit.
yes. And he doesn't have the cockeye, so there was a printing error.
That was before he lost his smile.
Yeah. I heard that Hasbro's going to release Shipwreck, so you could get a couple of those, and you could stand them around him.
And watch as one of them pummels him, and the other ones just laugh because he's an effeminate bitch.
Right? Was it a Navy guy or Marine or something that
Marine? It was Marine. He kicked his ass.
Speaking of Hasbro, did you see they're doing the God, I forget what that helicopter is, like that attack helicopter for the Joes?
Tomahawk.
The Tomahawk. So they're doing that, and they're actually they're trying to get to the next tier, and they're including some female pilot.
Oh, Jesus.
Which I don't remember ever hearing of, but yeah, they're including a female pilot if they get to their next monetary goal.
So they're not releasing them in stores normally. They're just doing this shit to milk it with this.
Right, yeah, they're just doing the HasLab shit.
Yeah.
That's a 25th. Yeah, I'm ordering. No, that's not. I'm ordering one of the 25th anniversary ones because I had a vintage one, and it's one of the G.I. Joe things that I sold. Again, to buy more Star Wars. Mm-hmm. And I had that. I had lift ticket, the pilot that came with it. It was almost complete. It was about 90% complete, and I sold it for about, what was it, 100, something like that, 120 bucks. But I was like, man, I want to get another one of those. So I was talking to Sal. He was like, just get a 25th anniversary one. He goes, they're more durable, and they're a lot cheaper than buying a vintage one. I'm like, he's absolutely right. So
there is one good thing I seen that Hasbro was doing, even though I'm not really buying their shit anymore. I mean, it does seem like they're taking some really hard hits, and maybe they're starting to understand now that they went down the wrong path. But who knows? We'll see as this plays out. But they are starting to re-release some of the older Joes in the 6-inch line, and I just seen that they were doing Grunt.
Okay.
Yeah, he looks pretty neat. Is a more modern take on Grunt, but it doesn't look half bad. They also got Tunnel Rat. So I was like, he looks good, man. He looks really good.
Yeah, he does.
I've got two versions of him. I've got the old school green one, and then I've got the one with, I'm looking for him on the shelf right here. He's like reddish brown, I think. Hang on. Where the fuck? Oh, he's here he is right here. Do I have the original one standing up here? I do. Here they are. They're both here. Hang on a second. Sorry, I was kind of putting stuff away. Yeah, here they are right here. Boom. Okay, so here's the original right here. And he is actually, this one is actually, I mean, he's very well played with, but he has his thumbs and the crotch piece is still intact. But here's the original Tunnel Rat. And here is the second version of him.
Yes, I had that one too. That was one of my favorites as a kid.
Yeah, that was something weird that they were doing back then. They were doing a lot of these figures like that, and they were doing like secondary versions. Another one that they did a secondary version of was Cross Country. So the very first version of him had something that looked like a rebel flag on his belt. Mm-hmm. And then when they did the second version, he actually had a big giant rebel flag on his back of his jacket. Which I was actually kind of surprised that they went with that for a secondary version.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, here's the new one.
He looks fantastic, man.
Yeah, it looks really
that is
good.
Nice.
Yeah, this is the classified series. So these are 6 inches. But dude, I love when they do these. When they actually have them accurate and they put the extra details and stuff.
That's a nice looking figure.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I got a good number of these classified ones, but
I love that he comes with the old Vietnam era flashlights though, like the original one did.
Yep.
Yeah, those are cool. Yeah,
Yep.
they had them for Outback as well, or one of the other Joes. So it's cool that they can reuse some of that stuff because it makes sense. It's still the military things, but they're still doing this really shitty packaging where you can't. There's no window.
They're supposed to be changing that. Why haven't they already?
I guess this was already.
It was pre-production before they were. There was Grunt. Go back up a little. Right there, G.I. Joe Grunt.
Yeah.
Oh, he looks good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Again, the classic looks, man. They work.
Yep.
Yeah, it's funny because the classified series, they were going to start to do like a little bit like, modern kind of approach to it. Like they did like these metal looking plates and shit on them. People were like, get that off. Like these figures were nearly perfect. So they started to change it up, and then their sales went through the roof. It's like, because people want the classic look. You don't need to try to modernize any shit.
Hey, what up, Nelson?
I'm not. I like the 6-inch figures. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I do. But as a G.I. Joe purist, I only want 3 3/4. I do. I really do.
You have so many of them. I mean, that's why. It makes
sense. You know what? There is an argument to that, ETEP, because when G.I. Joe started out, they were 12-inch.
They were the size of like the Barbies, basically.
Yeah. And I don't know if you remember this. It was sometimes early 90s or mid 90s. They actually went to 5-inch with the Joes before they went back down to 3 3/4. Do you recall that?
No, that was after I was already done collecting.
Yeah, they were not as articulated. They were pretty stiff figures. They were pretty cheesy looking, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, they did them for maybe about a year or so, maybe 2 tops.
Mm-hmm.
I've got where's it? It's here somewhere. Hang on a second.
By the way, Tony did have to jump
Bible.
Out. But dude, Tony, thank you for popping in for a bit, man. It's always awesome hanging with you.
Night, Tony.
Take care, Tony.
Tony.
But again, these things were really cool. I like how he came out too, man. Torpedo.
Damn it, Papa! They're not dolls. They're action figures.
Yeah.
Right.
Where the hell is that book at?
Pretty cool.
There. Jesus Christ! It's behind all 8 of my Hiss tanks.
I forgot you have 8 of those.
Yeah, I have 8 of them. I
5
of them are
one in stores over here.
I should have bought all of them, but Salvador sent me this book, the Ultimate Guide to G, and this thing is amazing. It's like the encyclopedia of everything G.I. Joe, which, like I said, any era you want, I mean, you go in there and there it is. I mean,
you know what? Here's the thing. Like hardcore collectors, and this leads into the title for the show, The Collector's Passion. So I don't care how well versed you are. Like I am extremely well versed in Transformers. You could show me a Transformer, I will tell you its name, and I will tell you more than likely all the accessories it came with. But every once in a while, there's a few of them that I'm a little bit lost because some of the accessories look so similar to other figures. And that's where having a book like that as a reference guide is invaluable, especially if you're collecting secondhand market and you want to be sure it looks like the right weapon, but is it? And then you have that as a backup so you know exactly what you're looking at, so you don't kind of get beat by somebody else, or if you're selling to somebody else, you're not accidentally mixing them up, because it can happen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome, though. Good stuff, man. Shipwreck looks dope. This thing looks really good.
Are they going to come out with a scale USS flag again?
I highly doubt it.
That'd be like,
who would have the money for that?
Jabba's sail barge would be like $1,500.
Well, you know what? They might be able to do it if they sell it to you in pieces.
Right? Yeah. You know, when I was in Vegas, right? I went to that.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Tony took me to this toy store out there, right? It's just like this amazing vintage toy store. I can't think of the name of it. Tony's in the chat. He'll know the name. I'm looking around, right? I didn't buy anything for myself.
I'm sorry, this was fantastic. I'm not well versed in Transformers at all. I've mistaken Blair White for Selena Gomez.
And he's looking for an action figure of both.
But so I didn't buy anything for myself. I'm looking, and I see on the shelf they have a complete USS flag in the original box. I asked the guy, I'm like, how much is that? He goes, $4,500. I'm like, I look at the wife. I almost said her name. I look at the wife, and she's like, I'll fucking kill you. I'm like, what if I sold my car, like my old car?
Wait a minute. E-Tep, did he say 4,500 or did he say 4,500? Like he was questioning, like, see how much you were willing to spend.
No. He said a flat firm 4,500. I'm like,
that 4,500, motherfucker. Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see your pocket.
I'm like, look. I could I buy it? Absolutely. Would I have to use it as a bed? Yes. I'm not willing to do that at my age. I'm far too heavy. It would crush it. It would be like Gojira. But no, I did not buy it. He goes, we got the same thing the guy told me about basically what could take down a fucking aircraft at the gun store when I was looking at guns. He was like, oh, we got the wife doesn't have to know about it payment plan. I was like, she runs the finances in the house. She'll fucking know about it, bro. Right. I'm like, outside of me prostituting myself out, which I'm not above at this point. I was young and needed the money at 5 o'clock today.
Gotta get them toys.
I did. I needed more figures.
Oh, shit. Dude, this is pretty cool. They did a nice job with the photos on these as well.
Yeah, you say what you want about Hasbro. They do know how to market this stuff off in the photos. Mm-hmm. It's a shame they don't practice that same thing on their boxes when they don't have see-through panels.
Right? That's such a disservice to the figure. The one guy I was tempted to buy was Crocmaster. Because I do have him set up here with two I have him set up with two crocodiles. It was like
I got that.
I'm looking at it. I'm like, it's $42. I'm like,
E-Tep. Oh man, I wish I would have known you were thinking about it because this was a number of months ago. I picked it up, and the only reason I picked it up, it was on clearance at Target for under $20.
Oh, I would have bought it in a heart. I wouldn't even have thought about it. I would have scooped it up for that. I was I was waiting to see it come down.
Right there, the lady J. I wasn't going to buy that figure until I seen it in Ollie's the same time I seen the Ghostbusters figures dirt cheap and picked it up.
Yeah. She looked good. The figure, I thought the figure looked really good.
Yeah. Walmart had a ton of them.
Yep.
But,
I think I picked it up in Ollie's for $6. So I mean, if you have an Ollie's anywhere near you and you're thinking about it, go out to Ollie's. They probably have them. Well, I mean, the next time I'm out of Ollie's, I can always look if you're looking for one.
Did you see him like this, E-Tep?
Yes.
Or did you see her in
Yes.
Okay.
No. She was in the open packaging.
Yeah, because the original box for her, she had the alternate hair as well, like so you could swap it out if you didn't want her to have the baseball cap on.
I like the Gung. Didn't they remade Gung? Was it Gung Ho? Too, the original Gung.
He was here too. He is right there.
I still have mine. He's upstairs in the Trey's thing of G.I. Joe figures he still plays with. But yeah, that was one of my first, that and Destro. Destro is my very first G.I. Joe figure, and I still have him. Yeah, he's a sweet one. I've found the classified one. I only saw him once in stores, and I got him then. And it's because someone had him on the top shelf. They didn't put him on the pegs. Like they had stocked them on the top. Like someone just opened up the box and said, "Oh, I'll put these out later," because they were like stacked all the way up. And I'm like, "Oh shit! Well, what do they got there?" And I'm like, I used other figures to knock them down, and I got like almost the whole series all in one shot. Which I'm glad too, because
I was going to say there's something else I ran into, Vinny, with some of these stores. So you know how we talk about how sometimes they keep like toys in the back, like they were doing with Transformers, with all the legacy shit that should have been out of stores like a year ago at this point.
Yeah.
So sometimes they're purposely keeping it back there, but sometimes, from when I was talking to the one guy, he says sometimes the new stock comes in, it kind of pushes the stuff that should have been on the shelf in the back, and it just gets buried and forgotten about.
Yeah.
So if somebody legitimately asks about some of that stuff, they'll actually look through their stock to see if they have some of the older stuff in there and get it for you. He says, like sometimes when you go out to these stores, just ask. They're doing that right now with the Mirage, Eastman, and Lair's turtle set that they just came out with, the 4 turtles. It is, from what I understand, is not being put out on shelves You legitimately have to go to the store and ask for it.
I see them. I saw those on the shelves, and when I was at the vintage store last time, I bought Trey a vintage shredder because he's got all the other turtles. So it's like I bought him shredder. I got him the re-release Krang, which is just like the vintage one. I got him that. Man, I'm sitting there going. At this point, I'm like, should I buy a Technodrome? That's more for me than it is for him, though.
Here's Gun Ho.
Yes.
He's a good one. And the one
See,
that
they
had
changed.
The retro card. They have the original colors on the retro carded one.
Yeah. See, I was gonna say because like his old one, he just came with. It was I want to say it was like a shotgun with a strap on it. He had it in his backpack.
Mm-hmm.
That's the original one, and he was like that light blue with the green chest tattoo.
Yep. And that's what they did on the one that's carded, like the Lady J we just showed before.
Yep.
They did that. They gave him the proper colors and the tattoo.
Yeah.
Well,
this is still a nice looking figure.
They did the same thing with the Zartan figure. So the first one they released had like the silvery armor and stuff like that. And then when they did the re-release with the chest armor, it was more blue to kind of signify the original figure when you put it in sunlight.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. And yeah, they have the ones from the movies, which is, I mean, for $9, I prefer this Scarlet over the one that they did release. The one that they released her twice, and I think both times they screwed it up because they changed the paint application. But this one, I think the face is better and the costume looks nicer, in my opinion.
Time Profit, that's never going to happen because I'm pretty sure McFarlane's going to have the rights to that, and it's going to fall.
Oh shit! But yeah, no, it's cool. That's why I like Big Bad Toy Store. They usually have some pretty cool stuff. And things like if you don't know what the hell's coming out, just pop in there. They did Rock and Roll. I don't remember this guy.
I remember.
I do. I still have the original one.
Oh wait, yeah, with the helmet. Yeah, now I got it.
Yep. I have the new version of him too. I think he's up here on the shelf. Hang on, let me see.
Pretty cool, man. Put the tattoos on him.
Yeah, it's Rock and Roll up here.
Nice.
No, I don't think.
Again, this stupid packaging.
Wait, yeah.
Ratings,
right
Crystal McGee.
Hey, Crystal, how you doing?
Yeah, here he is. Here's the newer Rock and Roll figure.
Well, let me blow you up.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey,
you got it?
Yeah, I
There
got
he
it.
is. There's the
nice.
There's the new one. He came
That's
with
awesome.
and he had like two big guns that attached belt fed to his backpack, and one thing like hooks on here.
Oh yeah,
it's like a swivel to his leg. Yeah. So he was pretty cool. It's like I said, he's still got both his thumbs. Crotch is broken off of him though, but I played with these guys a lot, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yep, this is the one he's got the Gatling guns.
That's sweet.
Yep. Yeah.
Dude, good stuff.
Back over
Very
here,
freaking
buddy.
cool. And yeah, they're finally releasing Bazooka in his proper colors. Although I did have the Tiger Force one, and I dig it. I like it with the white shirt. Pretty damn cool.
Well, they're also doing. They already released Outback in his proper colors too, because I did see that in Target.
Yeah, I saw him in Target as well. I didn't get him because I'm like I already have one, so that's fine. And I like the tiger on his chest for the Tiger Force ones. Those are pretty cool.
I had that Tiger Force plane, but I sold it. I got the pilot though. He's the Sky Striker. Was that what it was called?
I think so.
The Tiger Force one. Yeah, I sold. I know. I got to look it up. Where the fuck? I wouldn't put it back. All right. I sold that one though. That was another
pretty
one.
good stuff.
It was almost complete.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know.
So I got something over here, Vinny. I don't know if you guys had seen this. So it's actually a toy break, but in the toy break, it's got a couple figures. I don't know if you'd seen these ones yet. I had actually seen them. I'd never seen them before, and I was a little bit surprised. It is Batman related, but it's not the Batman that you're probably thinking of. So let me know if you guys had seen this or not.
But they do have these. Look at that. They got the Dark Knight Scarecrow. And you build Bane from it. Dark Knight Batman. Or, yeah, Joker, Dark Knight. Okay, was Scarecrow Dark Knight, or was he a second? I always forget. Did they just have it listed as a Dark Knight trilogy? Got Two-Face as well. Anybody else? No, that's something else. Pretty interesting. Pretty neat.
Those did look good, but Batman was missing an arm. His right arm was missing.
Yeah, you know, every once in a while you'll see that in some of these packages where something is just missing. But yeah, like Soul Assassin was saying, the Joker looked good. That Joker did look good. And what's going on, Edwin?
Hey, man.
So here's the question I had. They just had the whole thing listed as the Dark Knight trilogy. I failed to remember, was Scarecrow in the second movie? Was he in the Dark Knight or was he in Batman Begins?
He was in Batman Begins.
No, he was in all three
of
them. He was in all three of them. He was in Begins. Was he? Yep, he was in Begins. Then he was in the start of the Dark Knight.
Remember
in
that.
what do you call the parking garage? He was in there. He was making a deal with the Russian guys, and they opened up the white van, and they set the Rottweilers at him.
Yep.
And he was the judge in Dark Knight Rises. He was the one who was sending the cops out on the ice when they were being exiled or whatever. So he was in all three of them.
I haven't seen those in so long.
Yeah, they were great.
It's been a hot minute. They were. The third one, I didn't really
it was
like.
The weakest one because they had to change the script because.
Well, they had to change it all up because of fucking Heath Ledger.
Yep.
So yeah, I get that.
Soul says he's not hearing good things about that Dark Knight Batman figure.
Oh really? Damn. Like I see.
Toy
there's
shop.
so much stuff I want to get,
Shack.
but I can't right now. It's like I need the funds. Things is tight right now, and I got no fucking room. But I don't know. I would pick up that Batman and the Joker. At least the two of them. They look.
I think the Scarecrow looked all right. I mean, I could care less about that Bane figure because I've never liked that version of Bane from the movies.
I agree.
But the Two-Face didn't look horrible. But that Joker was spot on, man. I wish I could have got a little bit better of a camera angle in there, but you got kids running around there making noise and shit like that, so you got to be quick about trying to film in the stores.
What do you mean you don't like this version?
I'll tell you exactly what I mean. As far as villains go, you sucked, Bane. They should have had me in all three of the movies. You are a goddamn wasted piece of garbage in that last movie. You're the reason I'm out of work, you bastard.
Listen to that Joker. He's right. He's right. Sorry, I'll get back to the toys.
Papa Cotton. Chicks with heavy dandruff are super sexy to me because of the Breakfast Club. Thanks, John Hughes.
But yeah, I some of these things did look really good. I don't know. I have that Keaton one, but I never opened them up. I was debating if I should be bringing them back or not. I don't know, because like I wanted to take him out and then paint the belt, and then I have the '89 version, so it's like that's all he needs. He needs yellow paint on his belt, and I'm like, all right, now I have a 1989 Keaton Batman.
It's such a simple thing to just get it right, and McFarlane just refuses to 90% of the time.
Right, but I don't know. I was checking Big Bad Toy Store. Apparently, that Joker is sold out on their store. They have Batman, Two-Face is sold out, and so is the Scarecrow.
Jesus, there you go again. You're going to talk about how the hell all my stores always have this shit?
Yeah, dude. It's like his Targets and his Walmarts, they're like fully loaded.
Well, I was talking about those NECA figures from TMNT, which if we have time, I might still get into that because I have them sitting in the chamber ready to go. But when I went there and I seen Splinter, I seen that Battle Damage Shredder, and I seen that Ultimate Foot Soldier. They had a bunch of them. I literally showed it on the shelf. They had a stack of them. And I went back the other day looking for it because I had managed to scrape up a few more dollars, and I was going to at least get either Shredder or the Foot Soldier with either one. Nothing. So I went out to one of the other Targets. Nothing. They were all sold out in the blink of an eye, man. Everything was gone. So when I picked up that Splinter, at least I got one of them because who knows if or when I might see him again at this point.
Yeah, he looks good. There's one Walmart by me that it's a little bit out of the way, but it's I guess it's a little bit like your Targets. You'll see something in there out of the blue where it's like, holy shit, what is that doing here? That's only once in a while. I don't normally go to that one. But is that a Miami or someone else?
No, apparently that was me. I think the wife left the stove on before she left.
Oh shit! She was trying to burn down the house. She's like, "Fuck all these toys."
I'm gonna check on it real quick.
All right, yeah, go for it. Make sure there ain't no fire. Holy crap! But yeah, no, I don't know. There's still some pretty cool stuff out there. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of in the same situation as Tommy too. It's like I got too much shit right now.
Yeah, she left the oven on. Typical woman.
Damn.
This is why you don't let women cook. Trina?
I'm fine with that.
If Chris was here, you're like, I don't know. I think they belong in the kitchen making sandwiches. That's what Chris would say.
But yeah, since we got a moment, unless somebody else has got something. Anybody?
No, I'm good. What do you got?
Okay.
What do you got, Tom?
So I want to run back down these NECA figures from the TMNT, Eastman, and Laird line because I really do appreciate everything that NECA is doing with a lot of these different figures. I think they're absolutely fantastic. I know some people, like we've talked about numerous times, have problems with NECA, but the shit that I'm seeing them releasing right now, man, they got me hook, line, and sinker with these things. As always, there's always going to be a few stinkers with the figures that they release, but 90% of them have been killer. So I've got a recap for two figures that I've recently released on the channel. One is an older figure, which I think they actually knocked out of the park. So we're just going to play both videos, and then we'll get everybody's thoughts on it.
Sweet.
What's going on? And we're hanging out with Rorschach, the superhero pig. And of course, you know what that means. It's going to be superhero related. So what do we have for you this time? From NECA, in partnership with Nickelodeon, Eastman and Laird's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, we got Utrom. Now, this one is actually taken from the pages of the comic book, and no, it is not Krang, but it is the same type of beings as Krang. And if you read the original TMNT books with Eastman and Laird, you would know exactly who this character and characters like him are. Of course, there's a scene with one of our boys, one of the aliens, not Krang, and one of the accessories that he comes with. And just like this figure, this is exactly who he represents, the alien species who is part of the TCRI labs. Right out of the box, we have Utrom, look like he's directly from the pages of the comic. I love all the details and the artwork, like the shading cells that they've done on this one. I'm in a bit of an action pose right here. Decent range for posability and movement on this one. Does come with a separate head to show a lot of damage to the robot, and of course the little alien guy got a couple of the straw right there. It comes with some tools so he can effect repairs upon himself. We got Splinter. This one looks amazing. I love all the box art as always with these ones. It is just incredible.
4 young wards nicknamed me Splinter for obvious reasons.
go with Master Splinter right out of the package. Really nice. He's got some soft goods on here as far as his little gi. And look at the detail in that face. Like, absolutely amazing. So much like the comic. They really nailed it.
So, Orokusaki, you're reduced to sending machines after me.
Here we got Splinter in a little bit of an action pose. I used a couple of the different hands. He does come with 2 extra set of hands. Also comes with his cane, and like I said, a fair amount of articulation. Also comes with this little awesome Mouser droid. The Mouser droid does have a little bit of movement in here as well. Look at that. The legs move all the way around and in and out, and the mouth opens and closes, and there is some really good detail on the inside of that mouth there. This is extremely well done for an add-on for this figure. Showing off some of that articulation, full sitting pose, and he comes with 4 baby turtles. What is not to like about this set? Of course, he also comes with a few more accessories.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, heroes in a half shell.
Yeah, those are so good, man.
And real quick, so we can get the thought on all the ones that I really think shows off this line and the incredible job they're doing. We got the next video. Mm-hmm. And this one is another one that actually astounded me. The weight, the feel of this thing is just killer. Here we go.
Guys, what's going on? And welcome back. We are hanging out with Rorschach, who's giving us the butt. Not cool, Rorschach. Not cool at all. Anyway, guys, in conjunction with Nickelodeon, we got Eastman and Laird's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from NECA Triceraton Zog. Holy shit. Is this a big figure? I love all the artwork that's on here from the pages of the old comic in the back, and then some of the figure poses that they have sitting there as well. This one is huge. I just can't get over how big this one looks. We're going to get him out and take a look at him. Before we even get going right out of the package, this is one big chunky boy. He came with this big ass knife that we've seen in the package, and then underneath, all the extra stuff, including his tail, extra guns, all kinds of different extra hands. NECA put a whole bunch into this figure, and this sucker is hefty. Goes in a bit of an action pose. He is so large and so blocky, it is actually kind of difficult to get him in a lot of action poses, but there is some articulation there. One other thing I almost forgot and overlooked is he does come with a few grenades that you could put into his hands. He goes charging at the turtles. I think this one is pretty decent for being such a huge, big, blocky figure. I do appreciate all the detailing they put in this and all the extras that were in there as well. Stuff that I just didn't even see coming, including, of course, that comic accurate blaster that he came with. The extra hands, some of them you probably could have did without, but it's always nice when they have all these extras, and that tail can actually help balance them because it does have a bit of a socket in the back where it's got a joint where you can actually move it up and down. The jaw, of course, opens up as well, and there's amazing movement not only in the chest, but in this head as well. Tremendous amount of movement in both of these cuts right here. The ball joints that they put in them are absolutely fantastic and give a wide range of movement in there. Not so much with the legs, and of course these joints down here by the ankles are extremely stiff, even though there is a nice tilt and rock in there as well. The knees are kind of limited once again because of how blocky the figure is, but everything that he comes with as he is, I think, is absolutely fantastic. Just to show off how incredibly large this split figure is, we're going to put him next to the Playmates one. Yeah, there is no contest to the size comparison between these two. The NECA one is humongous and very comic book accurate.
Wicked stuff right there.
That thing was fucking sick.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I cannot stress the fact of the heft of that figure. Like, if you took that figure and tossed it, you could probably knock somebody out
easily. That's what I like.
That looks bigger than, that's like way thicker, because I got the 80th, I think it's the 80th anniversary edition Hulk or whatever it was, the gray one with the orange vest.
Oh yeah,
and that's a big
He's
figure.
hefty.
That thing looks like it's 2 of those.
Well, did you see the re-release of, or should I say, like their version of a re-release of some of what was the original figures with more articulation or a little bit taller? They're part of their Ninja Elite series by Playmates.
I think they had some of those at my Walmart.
Yeah, they're very comic, cartoon looking. They're not comic; they're cartoon looking. So they got Shredder, they got the Triceraton, obviously, because I had that one. They had some of the turtles and everything. Like they're probably around 6 inches tall or so, and they're fairly decent size for a 6-inch figure. But stand next to that thing, they look tiny. They look absolutely tiny. I mean, and the girth on that thing. And girth is very important with your action figures, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't have girth in your figure, it is not worth buying. This one had girth.
It did. It definitely had the girth.
You get that, ladies?
Ladies love the girth.
Hey, you're just getting a giggle.
Oh shit!
They're like, I don't care if it's a mushroom as long as it's 4 inches around.
I'm just gonna stay quiet.
She's like, let's get back to the cooking segment.
But yeah, I mean, like, I think those 3 figures alone, and it's not to say that some of the other ones that I don't have in the back of the collection aren't up to snuff, but those 3 right now in my collection for the Eastman and Laird stuff, they are the standouts right now. I don't think they could have done them any better. I mean, even that Triceraton Zog, he is a bit blocky, but because the comic book characters are so big and blocky, it doesn't make a lot of sense to put them in super action poses where they're like Spider-Man. They have knee movement, they have foot movement, leg, chest and all that. I think that they put just enough in there.
Yeah, it would be virtually impossible to get like those bigger figures to have that extra range of motion anyway. You could get them pretty far, but just because of the bulk of them, like a leg is just going to be too big, so you can't get them into certain poses. But like you said, for what they are and what the characters are, like it makes sense what they have. Like they pushed it as far as they could go. And again, it's great. Like look at all the poses you put him in. It's fantastic. I gotta say that figure, he is about the same size. Maybe that like the Hulk you were talking about, he might be wider just because of his arms, how big he is. But because I think I seen that guy in stores once, Triceraton, and yeah, they're about the same. But yeah, big figures, man. That's it. You're paying good money. Yeah, you better make sure that the quality is there, on these guys.
Yeah. I would say the only figure that I've gotten from NECA that's actually bigger than Triceraton Zog, there's only one, and that's the Spider Gremlin.
Yeah, that was massive. But I have the or I showed it on your show last week, the Steel Clan Gargoyle.
Yep.
He's a pretty damn big figure too. And he's got some good weight to him. Although Triceraton, he's more stocky, so he's more solid all around.
I would say the packaging, the Triceraton has got a lot more heft because I did pick up a couple of the Gargoyle boxes, and it's not to say that they're cheap, but this thing is just like heavy. It's like
He's got tree trunk legs, arms, torso. So I mean, yeah. The other ones they have a little bit more like aerodynamic kind of look to the muscles and things like that.
I tell you what, and as far as that Turtle 4-pack that they did, I think they actually have that one not listed as Eastman and Laird. They actually have it listed as Mirage Studios version. But those ones are like they're ripped out from the not from the very first 4 or 5 issues of the Turtles where they had that weirder look to them. It was like a little bit like maybe about their 6th or 7th comic in where they started redefining the aspects of the Turtles and making them a little more stocky looking. That's what this 4-pack Turtles look like. So they all have the red bandanas and they have their weapons and everything, and they're chunky looking. They got all that same type of artwork that they got on these figures. They look absolutely astounding. They don't come with a whole lot of extras. I think they only come with like few extra sets of hands. So they don't have enough extra hands where they got multiple hands for each single figure. So you got to kind of share some of the extra hands between all the figures. But there is enough for a few swap outs and like bandana stuff. But holy shit, like I really want that set, and I would like to pop them up next to that Triceratops Zog and just like see how well they look together. Because from what I've seen, the early reviews from some of these people that have gotten them, fairly early, they look incredible. And the only other ones that I really, really want, besides the Battle Damage Shredder and the Foot Soldiers, they did a Casey Jones as well. I don't know if it's been released yet, but they're doing the Eastman and Laird's Casey Jones from the comics. And
That's awesome. Yeah.
From all the early photos I've seen, that's going to look incredible too.
I seen his monster version once in Target. He had like the Phantom of the Opera with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw him one time, but he looked pretty good. I'm like, but I wasn't getting those, and yeah, a few of them looked amazing though. I like the Mummy Michelangelo. That was fucking cool. They did him they did him like the when they found the original costumes, and he was missing like the lips, so you could see his teeth, and it looked all freaky. Like they have one of his alternate heads for the mummy was that. It was pretty wild.
Yeah, I think they did a Splinter as Van Helsing. They did April O'Neil as the Bride of Frankenstein. Leonardo was the Hunchback.
Yeah.
Raphael, I want to say, was the Wolfman. I want to say
Raphael Frankenstein.
He was Frankenstein. Okay.
Yeah.
So was Donatello? I thought Donatello was Dracula. Maybe they didn't do the Wolfman in this series, because in the original series, Leonardo was the Wolfman.
Yeah, and they changed them up. Hold on, here I found the. This thing was great. Look at it with the teeth. They ripped it all up. That was one of his alternate heads.
Terrifying with teeth.
Oh yeah. Well,
did you notice something? Did you know something else they did with this mold as opposed to the other monster turtles? How much thinner he looks, like he's wasted away, like he's decaying.
Oh yeah. They did a nice job. Yeah, like if you want those kind of Halloween versions, and they came with cool shit. Yeah, there they are.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm. That was pretty neat. And he's a big figure. I saw him in the stores a couple of times. The Raphael one. I was like, holy shit. I saw this guy once. I was tempted because I do like the way this came out, but I'm like, I'm not getting these, Too much money.
You're going to have to get them all.
Well, that too. And it's like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, you can't just buy one of them.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? That don't make no sense. I
got to have, what is it, E-Tip? I got to have all 4 turtles. And, April and Splinter are very important characters. And Casey Jones is really cool. Next thing you know, you got that whole wave.
And
well,
I need one more fix. One more.
I got to get straight. I got to have it, baby.
Baby,
I don't care if I can breathe or not. I gotta have it, baby. Give it to me.
I can't breathe without figure number 15 in that wave.
Oh, speaking of which, so one I never had the original one. I bought the re-release. I don't feel like running all the way upstairs in my bedroom. I got King Randor. Nice. For Trey for his birthday, because I've been buying all the Masters of the Universe ones. I saw him on Amazon. I'm like, oh shit, I'm buying King Randor. I'm just buying him. Yep. So I ordered him with all the other stuff I got Trey. I ordered him 2 sets of Choose Your Own Adventure books.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Because he reads like a fiend. Like he'll knock down like a 100 to 200 page book in like 2 to 3 days. So
you want to keep him busy? Give him the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Right. Start giving him fucking Harry Potter books and shit.
Yeah.
Here you go, bud.
Hold on, Papa Cut. I didn't see this. Hashtag just leave your nuts hanging out.
I don't want to go Vic Mignogna.
Oh, that reminds me that four turtle set. Guess what they included? They included the original drawings where the turtles have tails, so these things have tails. So if you get the right lighting,
yeah, meat and potatoes.
Frank beans,
right?
Frank beans.
Nelson put something in the chat before too. I don't know who this is though. Who's Quentin Reviews? He plays with his sex stuff. What the? What are you watching, Nelson? And this guy crowdfunded it.
Who is Quentin Review? I have no idea who
I
that
have
is.
no idea.
No clue whatsoever.
Ugh, don't know.
There's a lot of strange people on YouTube, but I'm sure he's fully monetized. You know, molesting a life-sized doll.
Guarantee he's a partner in their program.
Oh yeah, and his content doesn't violate any standards or you know.
Ridiculous, dude.
Yep.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy crap. But
we're just being dollaphobes.
I'll gladly be called dollophobic. That's fine. That's fine.
Unbelievable.
I'll just look at them and I'll say, trust me, it's not fear, it's disgust.
Yes.
Yep. That's it, right?
That's what it's. Well, you're phobic. Trust me, I am. I'm claustrophobic. Yes, absolutely. But yeah, that's where the phobias end. Right there. After that, it's just plain old disgust.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. These people. Awful.
Now, you don't make threats saying I hope your girlfriend gets hurt. You say I hope your girlfriend gets a tear.
I hope everyone's enjoying the toy stream.
Well, I can bring it back. I can bring it back home to real quick because I haven't showed this off. This is just sitting here.
I was just gonna say next week. Next week I'm supposed to be hitting that button to see if I can get remonetized. So we'll see how that goes.
We'll try to behave.
Cool.
The original Legend of Zelda, man.
Yeah, that is cool.
That's
from
awesome.
the game. With, if you notice, there's some little notes on there. The more neat handwriting is from my mom, putting things on there, and then some of it was me. But yeah, this is the original one that came in the NES game, and I still have the game in the box and the sleeve, and it's out there on the shelf with the other NES stuff. Which, yeah. We still have that. I have 2 of those I had when I was a kid. So, yeah.
That's cool, man.
Nice.
Excellent stuff. Well, I think I'm tapped out for today. I got a bunch of shit I still got to be putting away and going through right now. So, yeah, we'll go around the horn, see if, anything else is going on anyone's channel. Well, actually, tomorrow on my channel, we should be doing, should be still at 5 p.m. If not, I'll give some kind of update. There is no stream on Sunday because we're going to be headed over to Draven's channel. We got 3 days of wrestling. So after my stream tomorrow night, we'll be on Draven's. Then we have Saturday and Sunday. So it's a full lineup of stuff going on. But yeah, Pete, let everybody know what you got cooking.
Yeah. Tomorrow morning, we're going to do a morning show. I made the executive decision. I've talked to the board of directors. I've got the okay from corporate. We're going to do a morning show tomorrow at 9:35 a.m. Eastern. I know. I don't think Jeff's doing his tomorrow, so I'll have an extra 2 people in the chat. But no, yeah, check out. We got the Place to Be Reviews live tomorrow morning. I should be able to be on Vinnie's tomorrow. Let me check with the boss. Hang on, let me check my schedule. Yep, I'm free to be there at 5 and. Begrudgingly watch Ring of Honor and then Rampage. I'm willing to watch on Friday with Draven with Big Ange and the crew watching wrestling. And then Saturday, we have Saturday night's main event in between Collision and Mario Kart, which we will be playing Mario Kart Saturday. So join us for that.
Yeah. It's me.
It's always a Joe Pesci impression contest on Saturday nights. But yeah, I'm gonna try at some point to record some videos because I really miss producing videos, and my editor apparently wants some work from me or something. So yeah, I haven't put out a video at all this month, and in the history of the channel, there's never been a month where I haven't put out one video. So I'll do at least one before the end of the month, and I got to get one up on the Geeky Gazette channel over there. It's Nerdette's community channel. So I put an Alec Baldwin video up there like a couple weeks ago after the acquittal. But yeah, come on over, subscribe, all that fun stuff, memberships, subscribe star, t-shirts, yada, yada, yada. I send you kazoos too, so there's that. And trading cards, which are good. If they're not worth anything, because they're me. But if you want like a block of them, you can wedge them under tables and they won't wobble anymore. So little tape around that, shit's fine. Nice. You're good. Thanks for having me on. This was a blast, guys. Thanks for letting me show off some of my my collection.
Oh man, thank you for being here. I mean, again, the more the
thank
merrier.
You for having me.
Yeah, we had a blast, you know. So remember, head on over to his channel as well. Subscribe, all that good stuff. You know, welcome to the party, pal. And of course, Trina. I know we didn't do one yesterday, but looks like we'll be doing them next week, right? We got real horror.
Yep. Well, thanks for having me on. This was fun with you guys, and it was great to see everybody in the chat as well. Yeah, we weren't able to do Fright Night, the original and the remake yesterday because I wasn't feeling well. But yeah, we'll be doing it next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern on my channel at Real Horror, REEL. Yeah, and otherwise, you can always find me on Vinnie or Tommy's channel. Otherwise, hope you guys have a good weekend and yeah, have a good night as well.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, thank you for being here again. Always a blast. Looking forward to talking about more movies because we do have a blast over there. Everyone, get out there, go subscribe, go follow her. Awesome stuff, and it's always a blast too when she gets figure reviews out there too. Good stuff, you know. We got a good family here. Good family, good peoples. Speaking of which, we have we got the Guinea who don't take shit from nobody, but also has a fantastic channel, and we always have a blast. So, brother, let them know. What else?
Rorschach Journal, 6/22/2023. I seen a bunch of weirdos on Twitter today, slapped them around, made human clean cages, and we tripped them up with a vacuum cord. Hopefully he's okay to give us treats later. We'll monitor situation, never compromise. Guys, still doing everything, having fun on the channel, even with YouTube trying to just keep a pig down. It's those son of a bitches, they hate me. They absolutely hate me. I just don't understand why they hate me so much, but yeah, we're probably going to wind up saying something back to them again because that's just what we do. We just don't take their shit. But we're still having fun with the BattleBot stuff. We're all done filming for everything leading up to that damn live event. It's just I got to get everything together and put it up on the channel, and then we'll be able to schedule the live event with everybody who's going to be in there. I know E-Tep and Tony said they want to be there to do all the commentating, and everybody else is going to be there, like Vinnie and everybody, to add extra for the event. So I don't have to do as much. I don't have to hang by the computer and try to call the action while I'm trying to put on the best possible fight that I can, because it can be a pain in the ass sometimes. Doing a bunch of toy reviews as always, and of course showing off the pigs and including Cringer's updates with his treatment, which seem to have taken a slight backpedal lately, but it is what it is. Got a vet appointment coming up at the beginning of next month, so I mean, fingers crossed. I'm hoping that it's going to be simple.
Crossed. Yeah, man, we want to see them all nice and healthy and happy. You know?
Yes.
Cringer's the face of the channel, man. I can't have him down.
Right?
Plus, he handles all the Masters of the Universe stuff.
Was he the one that peed on one of your figures during review? I can't remember.
No, that was actually that was Cliff Jumper who peed in the setup box. Yeah, he just like, yeah, you know, I feel like going right now. Like, thanks, pal. I appreciate it. He's also nibbled a couple figures. He's the only one that's done it.
Yeah. Hilarious shit. Those guys are awesome. But yeah, man, dude, thank you, brother. Always a blast. Always having a good time over here. Yeah, thank you, everyone who jumped in the chat. You guys and girls are fantastic. Thank you, Monotony. I hope the rest of your evening's going well. Soul Assassin, Lion Ratton, Papa Cotton, Nelson the Gentleman, Tina Bojan, I think he said Time Prophet, which I know he went to get some sleep. Edwin the Ace. We had Crystal McGee in the house. Slasher, thank you for being here as well. I don't know if we saw Stig, but we're gonna give him a shout out anyway because Stig's always awesome. Let me see, but yeah, a Planet Tobor TV, yeah, man. Matt, you're awesome. Great dude, good friend as well. Fantastic creator. He makes all those awesome video games and stuff, retro style type things. Good man. Let me see what else we got. I think it's pretty much everybody. Oh, and Adam Shahan, of course. Samba Gogo. No, I think I got everyone. Did I get everyone? Oh, Keely Chow. Keely Chow popped in as well. But yeah, you guys. Oh, and St. Floyd. How can we miss St. Floyd?
Can't forgive me, baby.
Good stuff.
Praise be Saint Floyd, the patron saint of pistol whipping.
And Lion Ratton. One more. Good stuff, of course. King of Squibs was also in here. Yeah, I did miss a few. My apologies. But yeah, you guys and girls are fantastic. Much love to everyone. And yeah, we should be here at 5 p.m. tomorrow. So tune back in.
Don't forget Frankie.
Oh, Frankie knows. There we go. Bro, I didn't even know he's back from work. All right. Nice. Everybody, have an awesome night. And yeah, tomorrow will be a little. I got to watch myself with tomorrow. I don't know. There's a few things that have been happening, and I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we'll switch brands for a second. We'll go out on. We'll do some good old Mel Brooks. It's been a minute. Everyone, have an awesome night.
Oh, Your Majesty.
How's it going, Marie? It's good to be the king. It's good to be the king.
Majesty.